In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about triangular prisms. So let's talk about three important measurements when it comes to triangular prisms. And you'll notice here that a triangular prism just has three rectangular faces and then two triangular faces. So we call these lines here that connect the triangular faces, we will call this the length. And either one of these could have been length, this one over here or this one over here, but we'll call this the length. And then this right here is going to be the width. And now we're going to draw an imaginary perpendicular line, a 90-degree line that creates a 90-degree angle with this vertex up here to this edge right here. And this is going to be the height. So now let's think about how we want to find the volume of this triangular prism. And a good way to think about it is you are going to take the area of one of the triangular faces and multiply it by the length here. So we can do that, right? The area of a triangle is going to be a base times height times 1/2. So we can write height times width, and then we'll say times 1/2 over here. And then we're going to multiply that by the length. So it's pretty simple here. This is our formula to find the volume of a triangular prism. 1/2 the height times the width, which is going to give us the area of this face, times the length. So let's take a look at this example of trying to find the volume of a triangular prism. So what we're going to do is try to find the area of this triangular face here, right? And we know how to do that. That is the width here times the height. And this is going to be 4 times 4, which is 16. And then that is going to be times 1/2 because it's the area of a triangle. And that is going to be 8, right? And I can work that out. So it's 1/2 times the width times the height. And here we know the width and the height. They're both 4. So times 4 times 4. And then 1/2 times 4, we can do this another way, is 2. And then 2 times 4 is 8. So our area of this triangular face is 8. And then what we're going to do is multiply the area of this face times the length here. So 10 times 8. 10 times 8. This is going to be 80. Sorry, that is going to be 80. And since we're trying to find the volume, this is in 3 dimensions, so we can write units cubed, or we could write cubic units, but either way, the area is 80 cubic units. Now let's take a look at this example of trying to find the volume of this triangular prism. And we know our formula here, right? So this is going to be the area of this face, and we can write that as 1/2 times the width times the height. And then we're going to multiply that by the length here. And notice the length here this time is on top, but that doesn't matter because all of these length values here are going to be equal. So times the length. And we know the width and the height are 2 and 5, so that is 10. And then 10 times 1/2 is going to be 5, times the length is 14. And then 5 times 14 is 70. And I can work that out just to make sure. This is going to be 14 and 5. That is 20, carry the 2, and then that is 7. So we were right. And then we were talking in 3 dimensions here since we are finding volume. So this is going to be cubic units. And I'll write units cubed. And that is our answer. So now let's try to find the volume of this rectangular prism. So we need to find the area of one of the triangular faces and then multiply by the length. So this time the base of this triangle is over here and then the altitude is right here. So let's multiply these together and then multiply that by 1/2 to find the area of this triangular face. And that is going to be 20 times 1/2 is 10. So our area of this triangular face is 10 times the length here is 10. So we're going to multiply those together and then this will give us our volume, which is 100. And remember, we are talking in volume, so this is going to be cubic units. So this is, I'll just write units cubed. And this is our answer. So now let's take a look at this problem where we are given the volume and we want to find the length of this edge x. So to find the volume, we know that we have to take the area of this face, which is going to be 1/2 times 2 times 3 times 2 times 3. And then we're going to multiply by this length, which is x. And then the volume here is going to be equal to 18. So now we can just kind of solve this equation. So here 1/2 times 2 is 1 times 3 is 3 times x is 18. So we could divide both sides by 3, but we just need to think, what can we multiply 3 by that gives us 18? And the answer here is going to be 6. The answer here is 6. So the length of x here is going to be 6, and volume was in units cubed, so this is just going to be 6 units. And we are done.